Hi guys, welcome back. And yeah, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. So what we're going to be doing today is basically me showing more like an update of my photo card collection so far. I think the last time I did this was February, and I kind of want to do this every like 6 months or so, but since I was kind of late, I want to kind of do this like every 6 months of the year. So that's gonna be June this year, and then the next time I'll do this will probably be January. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with this binder, which basically are the groups that I just recently started to want to collect, or I don't collect fully. But yeah, so we start off with my Yunho collection from Ateez, which I just started very recently. So I just have 3 cards for him, mainly from Fever Part 2 because those cards are easier to get these days. But I do have some of his other cards just there sitting in the back of me right now, but I'll store them in another video. So that's a work in progress. For Jaeyoon, I also collect Jaeyoon from SF9. No cards yet in my binder, but I do have some of his cards in right now. But that'll be in another storing video. So yeah. So after that, we move on to Ikon, which I collect 2 members for. So the first one is Bobby. So this is a collection that's taking some time. Their cards are a little bit harder to find, but I do have some of them, like their Welcome Back. I believe this is Welcome Back, like the half album. And then this is from New Kids Return. I complete that for Bobby. And then this is from the final, the blackout version. So I do have some cards as well there in the back, but yeah, that's gonna be in another video. And then I have the other member that I collect is Junyoung. So for Junyoung, I have his the debut album, Welcome Back, the debut full album. And then I have his return cards. I am missing like a few more, but we're gonna take our time with this one. And then I have the final and New Kids repackage for Junyoung as well. So that's pretty much my Ikon collection. Their cards are pretty hard to find, even on Mercari. All of the cards that I have here are from I'm from, so the Philippines. So yeah, I don't know actually if when I'll complete this, but I'm not really in a rush, so that's fine. And then we move on to my Shotaro collection. So if you don't know, he's from NCT. He doesn't have a specific subunit yet, which is really frustrating because I want to see more Shotaro content. But that also means that he has not a lot of cards, and I'm complete with Shotaro actually. So for Resonance Part 1 and the Kinos, Resonance Part 2 and the Kinos, and I bought this like replica card or a fake card of the special yearbook card, the winking version. That's not really official, but I needed something to fill in the space so that it fills out an eye pocket, so I just did that. And then this one is like the non-selfie cards. This is his yearbook card, his ID, and then his access card. So pretty much everything for normal album cards for Shotaro. I did buy like a pre-order. At least I think it was a pre-order card for Shotaro. It's in a Neokyo package, but it's not shipped out yet because I'm waiting for other cards to arrive. But yeah. Okay, so that's it for Shotaro. Can't wait for his debut in a subunit, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully by soon, anytime soon, he'll come back. But yeah. So next up we have Blackpink. So I don't really collect Blackpink. I just bought their albums, like all 4 versions, and these are the cards that I have. So a pretty good mix of members. I do have this duplicate Lisa card, and I don't have the energy to trade it, but I'll trade it eventually, maybe for a Rose card, or actually anyone, since I don't really collect Blackpink. And then these are their K-Town For You pre-order benefits, and that pretty much ends Blackpink. Then we go into the solos. So I did buy Rose's album, and these are the cards that I got, and these are the pre-order benefits. And then these are all my postcards from the album. But I did buy this Rose one just so that I can complete the set, and I think it looks really pretty. And then we go to the posters that come with the pre-order. So that's Jisoo and then Jennie. There's a glare, maybe you can see it better from here. And then we have Rosé, and then Lisa. And then these are like the tickets, the album pre-order tickets. They had a lot of pre-order stuff from that just one album, from K-Town For You, which is really nice. And then yeah, these are the only 2 versions. So I ordered 4, so I got like 3 of these, I think. So yeah, that's it. And then we move on to day 6, which I don't really collect for, but I did buy a bunch of these cards because I just wanted to fill out a 9 pocket page. But yeah, so we have day 6, Even of Day. They're coming back real soon, I think, as well. So yeah, and then we have the Book of Us Negentropy. So I did also buy that, and I got Dowoon, One Pill for my pulls, and then these group cards, I think you get them for every purchase of the album. And then for the pre-order benefits from With Drama, I do have Youngjae and Dowoon's as well, since I joined the group order for this, and my top 2 are Youngjae and Dowoon. And then we have these bigger inclusions from the Book of Us Negentropy, and I did get Youngjae and One Pill, and then these are like the film strips that come with the album, or like I'm not sure if like it's a pre-order or if they really do come with the album like every time you order it. But yeah, so that's it for the first binder. Let's go on to the next. So here is my next binder. So this is my second boy group binder, or the non-alts binder. So this binder has Astro, 17, and GOT7. So we start off with Astro. I did recently decide to collect OT6 starting from All Light. And then when I finish that, I might collect Wonwoo or Rocky, since they're my top 2 from like older albums, like from the very start. But I don't think that's happening real soon, but who knows. But yeah, so we got we start off with All Light, and these are the cards that I currently have. I started collecting with Wonwoo, Rocky, and Sana, so you might notice that I have a lot of them and not much of the other people. So yeah, so this is the green version. So a lot of these 3 members already. And then we move on to the white version. Yeah, so I think I'm missing just 2 more cards for this era for Rocky, Sana, and Wonwoo. And then this is Blue Flame. It's still a work in progress. I don't think I have much for this era. I'm trying to focus on Wonwoo. I think I complete Rocky pretty much because he was an easy member to collect, but the other 2 are kind of hard. But we'll get there. And then we move on to Gateway. So I am complete with Rocky as well here. And then for Wonwoo, I just need 1 more card. Sana, I think 2 more cards. Okay, and then we move on to their latest release, which is All Yours. I did decide to collect OT6 for this as well, at least earlier than like All Light. So I do have more cards for this. I did buy a lot of All Yours albums. So we have the Hyung line. I did decide to arrange it like this so that you can see like Astro's second full album, All Yours. But as of the moment, I'm not really feeling it, so I might change it back to the 6 pattern like this. But we'll see. Maybe in my next starring video. But yeah, these are my cards for All Yours. So we have the full color back versions. And then we have, I do have almost everyone. I'm just missing the Moonbin cards and the Jinjin cards for the white backs. I do have Wonwoo's complete set back there, but that's gonna be in another video. So these are the white backs. As you can see, I have Sana's, Rocky's, and I'm just missing this Moonbin card, which is coming in a Nyoke order. And then I do have a lot of pre-order benefits for this because they did release a lot. And being a new Aroha, I did want to collect like a few sets So this is their second with drama pre-order card. I did want to collect this because I really do think it's really pretty. So I did decide to get them from Ryokyo. And then we have this page. So for this page, I have their Apple Music. I decided to collect my top 3 for this, or maybe my top 6 or totally 6, depending on how expensive the cards are. But I do have a complete Uno page, Rocky page, and for Sana, I'm just missing this one, so maybe I'll go through that. This is their Apple Music pre-order benefit. This is, I think this is from Make Star. I don't have Rocky's yet, but I do have his Tower Records one. I won't be keeping this. I'll get his Tower Records one along with Sana's. And then I already have this. It's in the back. It's their I think it's from Dear My Muse, but I could be wrong. So we'll see in my next video. Okay, so that was it for Astro. Then we move on to 17. And I do collect Mingyu and Wonwoo for this one. And so we start off with this. So the way I wanted to store my 17 collection was on separate pages, at least for most of it. Sometimes they will be merged depending on the number of cards, but yeah. So we have Boys B, and then Adru Nice or Love and Letter repackage, and then we have Going 17. I'm just missing one more card, but I'm not really in a rush to get it because it is really kind of expensive at the moment. And then for Wonwoo, it's the same setup. I just have less cards for him. And then we have AL1, which is not that hard to find, but it's really expensive. So I'm gonna wait a bit since I do see it often. It's just that the prices are a little bit too steep for me. And then we have Director's Cut and then Teenage. So I think Teenage is the hardest one to collect and the most expensive one, especially the white version card, the Mingyu. I'll probably like show it here, but this Mingyu photo card is so expensive. Like I think it costs like $75. That's the cheapest one that I could find. I'm not sure if I'll ever get it, but if I find it for like a decent price, I'll get it. And decent is relative here because $50 or $40 could already be a decent price for that card. So yeah, but I was able to find Wonwoo's Teenage cards for a pretty good price, like the set, all 4 of them. So that's coming. I'm not sure when, but it'll come. So I have his lenticular for this one. I just don't have like the other 2 cards. But for Mingyu, I am complete with Director's Cut. And then we go to You Made My Day, and I'm complete for Mingyu. And then for Wonwoo, I'm just missing these 2. I did buy these from Ryokyo. They got canceled. The seller wasn't responsive anymore, but that's fine. And then you have You Made My Day. Dawn. I'm sorry. This is You Made My Dawn. I'm complete for Mingyu. And then for Wonwoo, I just have this one. I can't really find the cards, but it's okay. We'll get there eventually. And then this is an ode, My Pride and Joy. I'm complete for an ode for both Mingyu and Wonwoo. So as you can see, I did set them up on the same page. Because I don't know. Maybe I think that looks better. So yeah, we have the Begin version. And then the Hope version. And then I think this is Poet. And then Truth. I'm sorry. This is the Truth version. And then this is the Real version. Okay, now we move on to Hengore. And then for Hengore, I'm just missing this card. I still haven't found it. Or I'm not really like that in a rush to find it. I'm focusing on other collections. And then we have Wonwoo's Hengore collection, which is done. And then we move to Semicolon. So for Semicolon, I did decide to collect a 3rd member, which is Vernon. So since there aren't many cards, so I already do have his cards. So this page will be complete. And then this is my setup for Your Choice. So it's the same as this since there are only 3 cards. So I thought I'd collect another member, or Vernon to be specific, so that it completes a 9 pocket page. And then I also wanted to get Mingyu and Wonwoo's incomplete photo cards. They're trading cards from their concert. So I do have 3 of Mingyu's already. I'm just missing 1. And then for Wonwoo, his is a bit harder to find for some reason. But I'm not really in the rush. The cards for this are cheap, except for this one Mingyu card. I think it's really in demand, but yeah. And then we have like the bigger inclusions, or like the non-photo card inclusions. For some reason, I was able to get all of Mingyu's bookmarks for Hengure out of like buying from sets and stuff. And then I have 2 of Wonwoo's. I probably won't get his other ones because I'm not really collecting these. I'm actually thinking of selling these because they kind of move around and I don't really like bigger inclusions. But yeah, so we have next the semicolon inclusions that are bigger. So we have these oval cards and then these circle cards. And then this, I think this is from You Made My Dawn. I bought the album and it came with these Mingyu booklets, and then this one as well. I might take these out of the album just because they move around and they're not really secure in this. So yeah, and we have semicolon again. I just realized that my my pages for the bigger inclusions are such a mess. Like we go to semicolon again. So these are like the mini cards for Mingyu and Wonwoo, and then we have their units. So there's a Mingyu and Wonwoo unit, and there's also a Mingyu and Jonghan unit, and then this is a Wonwoo and Seonghwan unit. And these are the mini posters that came with the album. So I have a lot. Yeah. And then I do have these set up for Your Choice because they do have postcards. Okay, so that's it for my 17 collection. Now we go on to GOT7. So for GOT7, I do collect Jinyoung and Youngjae. So Jinyoung's collection is almost complete. So we have their first few albums. So I think this is Got It, Got Love, Identify, Mad, and Just Right. And it's pretty much the same setup for Youngjae. And then this is the Flight Log series. This is one of the cards that I'm missing for Jinyoung. It's not that hard to find. I just want it to be cheaper. I still haven't found it that at a price that I'm willing to pay for. And then we have the same for Youngjae. I'm just missing one more card. His is a little bit harder to find for some reason. I haven't found someone selling it or trading it at the moment. And then we have 7 for 7. I am complete with Jinyoung, both for the first press and second press. I did not collect the units because there are too many and they're kind of expensive. So, and then for Youngjae, I am just missing one of the second press cards. His is gonna be little bit harder to find. I found Jinyoung's on Mercari, but it was really expensive. Maybe I shouldn't have bought it. Honestly, I think I didn't buy it at a reasonable price, but being new to collecting GOT7 at the time, I was really trigger happy to collect him. But yeah. And then we move on to Eyes on You. So I do have a complete Jinyoung collection for this, as well as Youngjae. And then we go to Present You. For Present You, I am complete for Jinyoung. And then for Youngjae, I am missing 2 more cards. So since Present You had like 11 cards, I decided to collect 2 OT7 sets. I am missing 3 more. For this page, I did decide to collect the Lullaby version. So I'm missing Yugyeom, Mark, and J-Bomb. And then I did decide to collect the Sleeping version, which I completed, which I'm really happy about. And then we move on to Present You and Me. I'm just missing one more Jinyoung card. I cannot find it. I thought I ordered this already. Apparently not for some reason. And then I am complete for Youngjae's though. And then we have this OT7 page. I guess I can't really find this because like it's not that recognizable a version. So yeah, but it's not really that high of a priority, so it's fine. And then for spinning top, I just have one more card for Jinyoung. I cannot find it anywhere for some reason. And then for Youngjae, I have 3 more to go. And then we move on to You Calling My Name, which I'm complete for Jinyoung. And then I'm missing 2 for Youngjae. And then we move on to Die. I am complete with Jinyoung. And then Youngjae, I'm still missing 2 more cards. And then we move on to the last era, which is Last Piece. So I am complete with both Jinyoung and Youngjae. And these are like the bigger inclusions. So I did try to, I wanted to collect the mirror cards, but I'm not really motivated to. I wanted to collect OT7 for this, but yeah, I'm just not really motivated right now, but I will eventually, hopefully. And then we have like these like lyric cards. So I did collect Jinyoung and Youngjae. And then we have like these bigger inclusions for Last Piece. I do have Jinyoung and Youngjae for the film strips, but I only have Youngjae for the colored Polaroids. I have Bam Bam. Not really motivated to get Jinyoung's, but yeah. So that was it for this binder. We can move on to the next. So the next binder I have is Stray Kids. So we move on to Alt Territory. So this is my Stray Kids binder. So I do collect all members for this, both past and present. So this is a page for Woojin's like merchandise, which is released on July 2. And then we move on to mixtape. So for mixtape, I'm still missing quite a few, but I do have like a few members already. Then this is the I Am Not Baby cards. I'm just missing Hyunjin and Han. And these are like the selfies. I'm still missing quite a few. And then I Am Who, which is really hard to collect. I think this is the hardest one that's to collect for me. So this is the yellow border version. This is the white border version. And this is the black border version. But I do have this Chan on the way, I think. Hopefully. And then we have the behind cards, which is not that hard to find. Or more like it, they're not expensive. But I haven't seen IN or Han anywhere, at least from the circle of buy and sell Twitter. And then we move to IMU. I'm just missing 2 of these cards. Missing 3. And missing 2 again for this. And then we move on to Miro. So Miro is coming along actually pretty well. So I'm just missing a few more cards for this era. Mostly Hyunjin and Han. But I do have a complete purple border set. And for this one, I'm just missing Hyunjin. And Hyunjin and Seungmin for the selfie version. And then Han and Seungmin again for this behind version. And this limited version, yeah, this is gonna take a while, I think. Because these go for really expensive. But I do have a lot of the members. I'm actually surprised I got this far, honestly. But yeah. So along with Miro, we move on to Yellowwood, which is really coming along as well. So this is the black border version. The yellow border version, which should be complete. I did join a group order for this Han. And then this is the outdoor version. This is the indoor version, which I have complete. So this is really nice. And we have the behind card, which is also complete. And then we move on to Levanter. So for Levanter, it's coming along as well, but I think my Miro and Yellowwood collection is more complete. So I'm just missing Hyunjin for this one. And then quite a few more members for this blue border version. I do have the name version complete. And for the selfie version, I'm just missing this IN. And for the behind ones, I'm just missing Changbin's. And the lenticulars, we don't really talk about it. But I do have this Felix on the way along with the black border Bangchan. So that'll make a dent in this page. So I just need a few more members. It just so happens that the last few members are like the most expensive ones. But yeah. So we move on to Go Live. So for Go Live, I did decide to do member pages because I really, one, I didn't really like the 8 pattern for the cards for the set for Go Live, but I might change my mind. Who knows? And I really wanted to make these fillers. I think they look really nice. So we have Bangchans complete. Pretty much my Go Live and In Life collection is complete. So we have Lino next, and then Changbin, Hyunjin, Han, Felix, Sungmin, Ian. Yeah, so that was it for Go Live. And then for In Life, I decided to do 3 member pages because there are 3 cards, so they fill up a 9 pocket page pretty nicely. But I might change it to the 8 pattern along with Go Live just so that it's consistent, but we'll have to see how I vibe with it. And then we have the other 3 members, the next 3 members, and then the last 2 members. And then I just made a filler for the middle part of this page. And then we have the In Life unit cards, which I'm so happy about. They fill up a 9 pocket page so nicely. And then we have the next pages, which I'm not really like collecting fully. I recently decided to just collect like enough unit cards to fill up a 9 pocket page, but that'll be on a low priority because even though they're unit cards, they kind of go for a bit too expensive for my taste. But yeah, so we just have 2 I Am Not unit cards, but for the IMU unit cards we do have quite a bit, so I might buy just 3 more just to complete the page. And then we have the Yellowwood unit cards. I do have 3 of these like at the back, so I just need 2 more to complete this page. And then we have the IMU pre-order benefits, the Polaroid, the pink Polaroids. So I'm just missing, who am I missing? I'm missing Ian and Felix. I think those are the only members I'm missing. Yeah, so I have 2 Sungmins, but they're not too hard to find, so I might just buy them because I'm so close to completing it anyway. And then we have the Yellowwood hidden message cards. Not in a rush to collect these, and I don't really see them around that much, so yeah, that's fine. And I might look for another Changbin because apparently when I got it, it was ripped already. I didn't know, but to be fair, I didn't really ask if it was ripped anyway, so it's fine. And then we have my special Woojin page, which like has my all my Woojin special stuff, like non-album stuff. This is from IMU, the pre-order benefit from IMU. I was supposed to collect this, but they were super expensive, even more expensive than the Euro limited cards. And I don't really like, they're not like for me, they're not like, whoa, I need to collect them. So I just decided to get one for Woojin. I might get Bangchans too if I find it for a good price, but yeah. So honestly, I don't know what these are because I don't know. I became a stay in 2020, so I wasn't there when these came out, but I am guessing this one is a fanship card because it says fanship at the back. And then these are his Taiwanese cards for IMU and Yellowwood. And then this is a 0th gen card, which I know nothing about, but apparently it's rare. But yeah. So here we have my special Bangchan page. I did want to collect his pre-order benefits from like different shops like MMT, Massima, and the like. So that's that. I want to collect more, but when I see a right price for it. Like this one, I got it for $6. This is from their Season's Greetings, the pre-order benefit. And then this one is a Clio photo card, which I really just wanted to get. I do have a I did join a go for his other one, which got canceled, but I'll try to find it eventually. And then we have the with drama pre-order benefits for In Life. I wanted to collect OT8 for this, but I'm not really motivated to anymore. So I might just separate them into member pages, because I do buy random pre-order benefits for Stray Kids, like all members, when I find a good price for them. This is the standard version, and then this is the limited version. And then, yeah, this is what I mean when I just collect like random pre-order benefits for any of the members when I see a decent price. Changmin's is really easy to get. Like I bought these two for a very decent price. I got these Stay in Playground cards from my actual Stay in Playground photo book. So I got Changbin and Hyunjin. And then this K-Town pre-order benefit is Sungmin. I got his. And they're really expensive, so I might not collect any of the other members. I'm just happy to get his. And this is from their concert from District 9 Unlocked. And then this is apparently from All In. It just came with a set of photo cards I bought, so I'm guessing it's a pre-order benefit as well, so I just put it there. And then we have two of their season's greetings. This one is Han. He was the one I pulled, and then I saw a decent price for Somin, so I got it also. So yeah, so I might separate them into member pages when they have enough cards. So I actually have a decent amount of Sungmin, so I might separate him into his own page. And then we have their season's greetings photo cards, which is really nice. I really love these cards. And then we have all their Japanese photo cards. So I did want to collect a selfie per member, but I apparently got two Changbins because his was really affordable, so I wanted to get them. I might collect all eventually, but it's not really on a high priority. I might sell this Hyunjin because I really want a selfie instead of like a concept card, and I don't think I'll be able to trade this for a selfie card. So yeah, so that was it for Stray Kids. I do have a lot of Stray Kids cards on the way, so hopefully I get to update this soon and complete a lot of sets. But let's move on to my last two binders. Okay, so here is my treasure binder. So my second alt. So this is basically like the first step series. I don't think I'll be putting anything more in this binder because it's really full. You can see, yeah. So we start. I do member pages, so they're all gonna be like one member per page. So this is the first step, chapter 1, the black version for Hyunsuk. Sorry, not the black version. Like this is the black and this is the white. And this is the K-Town pre-order benefit. I did collect OT12 for this, so you'll see all members here. So this is Hyunsuk, and then Jihoon, Yoshi, Junkyu, Mashiho, and then Jaehyuk, Asahi, Yeram, Doyoung, Haruto, Jungwoo, and then we have Jungwon. So we move on to chapter 2. You'll see this kind of setup for chapter 2 and 3 because they have the same amount of cards. So this is the black version, the white version, and then these are the K-Town for UP other benefits. They did decide to do 3 this time, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, it fills out our 9 pocket page really nicely, so I can't really complain. So we have Hyunsuk, Jihoon, Yoshi, Junkyu, Mashiho, Jaehyuk, Asahi, Yeram, Doyoung, Haruto, Jungwoo, and Jungwon. So we move on to chapter 3. As I said, it's the same setup. So this is Hyunsuk's, this is Jihoon's, Yoshi, Junkyu, Mashiho, Jaehyuk, Asahi, Yeram, Doyoung, Haruto, Jungwoo, and Jungwon. So before Treasure Effect, which is the next album, I decided to put the first press card. So these are the first press cards. So basically chapters 1, 2, and 3. Decided to do it like this because I think the setup looks really good this way. So we have like the first three oldest members, chapters 1, 2, and 3. And then we have the next set of members. And then these ones. And then the Maknae line. So plus Doyoung here. And then we move on to Treasure Effect. So they did do 3 versions instead. This time, instead of black and white, they did blue, orange, and green. So I decided to do blue version, orange version, and green version. And then for the K-Town for You pre-order benefits, they just did 2. And that leaves a space perfectly for the first press card. So that's how I arranged it. So we have Hyunsuk. And this is what the backs look like. I love the backs and the setup in general. Yeah, I just really love it. So we have Jihoon next. And then Yoshi, Junkyu, Mashiho, Jaehyuk, Asahi, Yeram, Doyoung, Haruto, Jungwoo, and Jungwon. So that was it for the regular album cards. And then this last part is their baby photo cards, and then they did have a welcoming collection. So their welcoming collection had ID cards. So to fill out this page, I did decide to put them together. So this is it. I am trying to find or like think of a way to fill out this page. But yeah, so that was it for this binder. So there's one more binder to go, so let me just get that. Okay, so this is the last binder for the day, and this houses like my special treasure cards and then their bigger inclusions. So if you'll notice, Hyunsuk, Junkyu, and Mashiho are separated because for next era, I won't be collecting OD12 anymore. At least that's the plan for now. So I will be collecting 3 members. So my top 3, which are Mashiho, Junkyu, and Hyunsuk. My third member, like, is not really permanent. It depends on who bias wrecks me the most that particular time. So now it's Hyunsuk, but Mashiho and Junkyu are my top 2, like, forever. So yeah, so I will be collecting them for sure. But the third member is a toss-up. Depends. But right now it's Hyunsuk. So we have their manual photo cards. So this is from event 1, and this is from event 3. For event 2, they didn't do photo cards. They did film strips, which you'll see later. So for event 1 and 3, I did collect OT12. So these are the rest of the members, which looks really nice on a 9 pocket page. And then this is event 3. And then we move on to the welcoming collection pre-order benefits. So they have 2 pre-order benefits for the welcoming collection, and I did decide to collect OT12. So we have Hyunsuk's, Junkyu's, and Mashiho's on this page. And then for the other pages, we have all the members. I'm still missing Doyoung's and Jihoon's. Doyoung's is there, but Jihoon, I already have it on the way. I just don't know when it'll arrive, but I am complete for this. They just have to get here. But yeah, this is the casual version, and this is the formal version. And then we have these are the cards that came with the welcoming collection, so I just decided to put them here. Not sure if they'll stay here forever. They kind of take up a page, but yeah. And then this is my Japanese section. So this is I decided to collect only Mashiho and Junkyu for this, but I am tempted to collect Hyunsuk's as well, just because it fills out a 9 pocket page really nicely, since there are 3 cards per member. So yeah, but let's not talk about it right now. So this is type A, type B, and type C. I have Mashiho. I already bought Mashiho's type C. It's in a Nyokyo order. I just don't know when it will come. And then these are like the pre-order benefits, or more like special Japanese cards. For this one, I am just collecting Mashiho's. So This is Mashiho's, I think this is from HMV, his HMV like pre-order benefit. And then this is like the Shibuya offline and online shop cards, which are really expensive. But yeah, so I got Mashiho's. I do want to get Jungkook's too, but his is like really expensive. Like if I thought this was expensive, Jungkook's is like 10 times more expensive. So I'm not about that life, so might not ever get it. So this is my special Mashiho and Jungkook page, or more like merchandise page. So these are the MD cards from chapter 2 from Treasure Effect. And then I did order or bought his music art photo card. It's hollow. It's like this. So this one is from Treasure Effect. So I have his on the way for this one. And then this is like their T-Match MD merchandise PCs. So I got Jungkook's. I also got Mashiho's. His took longer for some reason, so it's gonna get here eventually. But yeah, so Jungkook's got here a little bit faster, so I just put him here. But he'll go on his own page because I do have quite a bit of special cards for Jungkook as well, so I'll just separate them so that it looks nicer. And then these are like the YG Select pre-order benefits. So this is from chapter 2. I used to collect, before I collected OT12, I collected Jungwon. So I have his chapter 2 as well. And then one was from chapter 3. And this one was from Treasure Effect. They kind of rip off, so I did rip them off. I'm not sure if that was the best decision, but they look like this. So I don't know, it just looks better. And these don't really fit in any pocket size that I have. They kind of fit on a 2 pocket, but it's horizontal and I don't really like it, so we're not gonna deal with that. And then these are the chapter 1 YG Select pre-order benefits, which are really rare and hard to find. If you ever find one, they'll go for at least $100, I think, depending on the member. But I do have Hyunsuk, Mashiho, Doyoung, and Jungwon. And then Jungkook, I bought his for a really high price, but I was so desperate I didn't really care. But his is on the way. And then we go to the postcard section. So I decided to collect OT12 as well for the postcards. So this is chapter 1. They have 2, the black and the white version. And then these are the next set of members. Yeah, so this is basically it. I am complete with chapter 1. And this is the last one. So we go on to chapter 2. So for chapter 2, I am missing quite a bit. Not that many. So I think I'm just missing like 3. So I'm missing Jihoon's. I'm complete with this. And this as well. I am missing Asahi's, Haruto, and yeah. So basically those 3 members for chapter 2. And then for chapter 3, I am missing just 2, I think. So one of them is Jihoon's again. And who is the other one? I think, oh yeah, Asahi as well. And Jungwon. So 3. I'm missing 3 postcards for this. Yeah, not really motivated to complete it just at the moment, but I will eventually. It's not that much, and they're not really expensive, so I will complete it eventually. And then this is Treasure Effect. So I am complete with this since they only did 1. So this is the Hyung line, middle line, and Maknae line. And then these are the unit Polaroid. So there are only 4, so I did complete them as well. And then this is my like special Mashiho bigger inclusions page. So this is from Treasure Effect. They did this like calendar and like special photo whatever's. So I just got them. And then this is his postcards from the MD from chapter 2. And then as I said, I did collect Mashiho and Jungkook's Manyo Event 2 film strips. And then I bought 4 products, so I did get Hyunsuk's as well, which is really nice. and I also got Junghoon. So yeah, that worked out pretty well for me. So that was it for the collection so far in terms of like album inclusions, and photo cards. So next up, we're going to be looking at, or I'm going to be showing you my shelf, my album shelf. Yeah, don't expect much because I'm not really that big of an album collector, but yeah, I just want to show you guys. So see you in a bit. So this is a bit of a different setting for all of you, but this is basically what my shelf looks like. It's not that much, but we're gonna make do with what we have. I'm currently living in a temporary house. We're having like a house built, but that's gonna take some time, maybe like in a few years, 1.5, 2 years max. But yeah, so that's basically what the shelf looks like now. So I'll take you through each of the things there. So yeah. So here's like the end of my shelf. So we have my Stray Kids light stick and my 17 light stick. And then these are the keynotes for NCT Resonance Part 1 and Part 2. And then we have Rosé's solo album Kino. And we also have her debut album, and then 3 of Blackpink's the album. One of them is actually behind this. These are my signed Seungmin and Bangchan In Life photo books for In Life. I do need to get like plastic for them so that the signature stays longer. And then we go to Astro, which this one is Dream Part 1 and Part 2. I'm just not really sure what the versions are, so forgive me. And we have All Light. This is like the green version. And then Blue Flame, I have the, I think this is Story. And then we have both of Gateway. And All Yours. Wait, let me fix this. Okay, there. So this is All Yours. The You, Me, and Us version. And then you have You Made My Day and You Made My Dawn. They're not really arranged in chronological order. I think it's supposed to be like that. Like this isn't You Made My Day and this isn't You Made My Dawn. I think these 3 in the middle are You Made My Day. And then these 2 and these 2 and this one is You Made My Dawn. And lastly, we have Semicolon. I have Mingyu's cover. And also Wonwoo's cover. So that's that. And then we go on to day 6, which I don't have a lot of. I have their Even of Days Glue On. And then the Book of Us and the Gentropy, both versions. And then I have my GOT7 collection. So we have Just Right. I think there's only one version of this. And then Turbulence. And then this one is Arrival, I believe. Oop. Arrival, this version. Oh, I think I didn't put it. And then we have Eyes on You. And then inside here, we have Present You. And I did get Jinyoung's cover. And we have Present You and Me in there. And then 2 of Last Piece. One of them is Jinyoung and one of them is Youngjae. And then we have my like Japanese albums and an ode. I only have 4. I don't have Poet. We have my Stray Kids District 9 Unlocked DVD, and then 3 versions of All In, and then 3 versions of Treasure Effect from their Japanese debut album. Not really a big Japanese album collector because 1, it's really expensive, and 2, it's like jewel case, so not really a fan of those. So yeah, so that's like my bottom shelf. Let's move on to the top shelf. So this is my top shelf, which is basically like alt shelf except for this day 6 light band. So this is their light band. It'll focus. Yeah. And then we have, let me just fix that. And then we have Treasures album, so chapters 1, 2, and 3. And then we have Treasure Effect, all 3 versions. And then I actually recently completed my what do you call this, my Stray Kids album collection. I was missing the Miro Limited and the Yellowwood Limited versions, but I just recently got them, so yay for me. And then so we have Mixtape, and then I Am Not, both versions, I Am Who, both versions, and then this is I Am You, both versions as well. Some of them are kind of like damaged, but it's fine. And then we have 3 versions of Miro, which I just recently did. Sorry for the like shakiness. I don't have like a stabilizer. I might get one in the future. And then we have Yellowwood, 3 versions, and Levanter, the 3 versions. And we go on to Go Live, all 4 versions, the standard ones and the limited one. And then In Life, both versions, standard versions, and then the limited one. And then this one is like the bigger stuff. So we have Stay in Playground photo book, their Season's Greetings, and then Treasures Welcoming Collection, which is upside down, but I'm too lazy to fix that. So yeah, I think the only thing I'm missing for Stray Kids is their Stay in London photo book and their Taiwanese album. So I might get that in the future if I see it for a pretty good price. I also kind of want to collect some of the Stay in London photo cards because the backs and the front, of course, are really pretty, but not really a priority. So yeah, so that was it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. So that's basically my whole collection, my whole K-pop collection. Aside from like actual big things like Bonbon and a few like, I don't know, some other stuff that I'm not really collecting, but I have them. But yeah, so that's basically the collection. Really happy with the progress I've made since my last one. I think I added like 2 more binders from that collection video. But yeah, hopefully we get more or complete more. Hopefully my groups are thriving. They are thriving. Who am I kidding? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please give it a like and subscribe if you want to. But if you don't, then that's fine.